remember the Department of Social Development, the social workers were also supporting those people.
Sure.
Maybe the families of the 11 remains, the bodies of the 11 South Africans were still to be repatriated,
Sure.
have been getting support. But still, it doesn't take away the trauma, particularly because they've also had to undergo several DNA sampling testing that raised the hope, but now it's been dragging on.
Sure. Sure. And I think it's also, then you're dealing with another aspect here, which is now you having the mortal remains of a loved one. And I think also if you put a cultural lens on that, you're also having the mortal remains now sort of being prodded and poked and all sorts of things being done to it. And I think in many cultures around the world, not just particular to South Africa, there is a big mystery and a big sort of almost like a taboo around how you mishandling the dead. And I think also then if you put another frame on this, which is saying that this happened in the context of a religious excursion for many of these people. So it's bound to be very complex for people to process.
I mean, there are no words that would really comfort anybody in this state and make them feel any better. I mean, that's the reality. But if you're advising from a clinical psychology perspective, somebody who was in this space, and how would you be talking to them now as they are facing the repatriation now of the remains after nearly 5 months?
Sure. I would definitely say that what's going to work in this context is for people to have good social support around them. So that's sort of the family and the extended family which will support that family, you know, friends and other extended family, as I say. But also to work from the framework that like the death needs to be processed on an individual basis within the family, but also collectively in the family and perhaps in the community as well, and certainly, you know, in the country as a whole, because, you know, it is lives that we have lost to a tragedy. But most importantly is that people really, this will take time. This will take time to sort of heal, to make sense of, and to come to peace with. And peace may not happen for a long time to come, but it's also about being able to function.
So you need to have an ongoing counseling maybe?
Well, you know, the thing is with ongoing counseling, definitely counseling will help, you know, in the initial, you know, so that's what would be recommended. You know, and ongoing is difficult to say because people sort of heal and process it in, you know, in different time periods and those kinds of things. But certainly debrief, sort of trauma debrief initially was what
but I would guess a broader community acknowledgement of showing understanding of the grief and the second trauma that we're going through might go a long way as well to assist them in that healing process.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. That's the clinical psychologist, Bradley Daniels.